Okay, something new. I hope the camera's in the right place. It's kind of hard to see, kind of sitting on the wood pile. Okay, is the smoke going to let me do this? Wind keeps changing direction. This is a funny little fireplace without a chimney. And this is a beautiful Irish handmade guitar that I've had for some years. It has let me really have fun. Now if I can play with my hands being too cold, but it actually is above freezing today. Shall I play? These are all my songs. Johann Sebastian Bach said if they knew that I just heard this music, they'd kill me, because people hear things in their head sometimes and just transcribe it. Okay, here's some little ditty. These are sort of just ideas. Speaking of composers, I'm thinking of Tchaikovsky and Beethoven, and how Tchaikovsky had so many incredible melodies that he didn't seem to develop very far, whereas Beethoven took a melody and ran it into the ground. But my thought was that when people heard Beethoven, of course it was way before any recordings were done, so they only heard it once and needed to beat in that theme. I'm more Tchaikovsky style, though not nearly as talented. My father, who was a musician, also said never play two pieces in the same key because it gets boring. So I've tried to do that. Let's see. Okay, this is not my own song. It's an old song from Paul Stuckey that nobody really remembers, because it was in the 60s. Okay, wind changed direction. No, I don't want to smoke my guitar. Fire's still burning. Hope you can see it. Times have changed, all the good times we had are gone now. Past is way, only memories will remain. Tomorrow I thought our love would be enough for a while, and all the plans we had made. Hey, we had love, but that was all we had. Even that don't seem the same. Peace of mind, where are all the good times we should be having? We can't find any answer to the good times we had. Times have changed, all the good times we had gone now. Past this way, only memories will remain. I thought our love would be enough for a while, all the plans we had made. Hey, we had love, but that was all we had. Even that don't seem the same. Peace of mind, where are all the good times we should be having? We can't find any answers to the good times we had. Oh, come on. This is quite organic. No edits here. If you watched any of the other vlogs, I had mentioned I met some people at the beer hall, the beer garden, but I haven't made contact with them yet. I think that was in number 5 series. But I'll find them, and I have their numbers. It should be fun. I was in Sonora, California, and I met some people at the Diamondback Grill, which had a fantastic wine bar and lots of wines. And on Tuesday night, if you bought something as inexpensive as French fries, you could buy a bottle for half price. So I fell in love with Pinot Noir. Okay, it's kind of common wine, especially in France, where the grape is, but oh my, it was so good. Something from Monterey. But in any case, I met some people last summer, 2 summers ago. The wind's out of the west, so you get the sounds from the airport, Hamburg Airport. Where are they going? California? Kansas City? Florida? In any case, we had a wonderful time and decided to meet the next night on Wednesday night. Well, in Sonora, it's a really tiny little gold mining sleepy town, and by 8 o'clock everything's dead. So they wanted to go for one more drink, and the only place open was the, what was it called? The Iron Horse Bar, and some folks call it the Iron Lung Bar because because they allowed smoking, and it really was smoky. But it was a long strip bar, but they had doors open in the front and the back, so it wasn't too bad. And it turned out to be open mic night. And yeah, so my friends, oh, please play, please play. I always have my guitar in the car. So I brought the guitar in, and the people there who were hosting the open mic were very kind and let me do a just warming up, doing a mic check, a sound check. And I had a little ditty I just had made up, and I started to play it. And I don't play to bars. I mean, they just don't listen. And the whole place went still after about 3 seconds of my playing. Well, I will fast forward to the end of the song. No, I won't. I'll play the song and tell you the rest. Remind me. So they listened, absolutely still in the place, for another, oh, close to an hour as I kept playing songs, and it was like telling stories to kindergartners at nap time. Then I went back to the bar with my friends sitting there, my new friends, and the lady behind the bar, this little 70-something-year-old, sort of concentrated like a raisin, smoked all her life person, bought me a drink. And yeah, so that was the end of that part of the story. Then a few weeks later, I heard from one of my friends who camped up at Kennedy Meadows, which I have a video of if you look through my YouTube selection. Kind of a neat place where they have pack horses and mules that go in through wilderness areas but take all sorts of luxurious stuff, you know, and pamper their patrons, their customers. But anyway, they were camping up there in their trailer before they head at the head of the trail at Kennedy Meadows, and they said that a woman was struck by lightning next to their camper. And I found out later that this woman was the little lady behind the bar. And it was awful, but then I found out that she had terrible cancer and was only going to be working a couple more weeks, so she just was simply, it was time to die. A very painful death. But she absolutely loved camping, and she'd been struck by lightning while she was camping. So I guess that's kind of a wonderful way to go. So this song really is her song. So, yeah. Life without passion is not practical. You know, if you aren't doing it, do it now. Let's see, more? You can always stop this video if you don't like it. This is a little ditty I wrote for a video I did for an apple orchard that made hard cider, soft cider, and Calvados, which was kind of fun. I took some trade in brandy and Calvados.